what's up? Like, totally time for 90210.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to the 90210 show. We're in a rush.
We're in a rush.
My name is Mark. With me, as always, is my fiance, Carol. How are you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. I've been watching the Micro Machines.
What is happening?
I've been watching a documentary about the Micro Machines man, and I think he's a really good guy.
Okie dokie.
It is August 7th, 1998. And we watched a very fast episode of 90210. Do you remember the Micro Machines guy?
Of course I remember the Micro Machines guy.
From the commercials.
I actually had quite the Micro Machine collection.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say you had quite the crush on the Micro Machines guy.
That would have been funny.
Could you imagine the Micro Machines guy having sex? How fast would that be?
Oh, Lord. And micro.
Oh, my God. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
He's a micro penis.
Disappointing for the ladies.
Oh, no. Micro Machines guy.
On lots of levels.
Wow. I bet he's got a huge dick, probably. Anyway, so speaking of huge dicks, Noah is in this episode of 90210. Got him.
He is a dick. He definitely is, but Valerie seems to like it.
Yeah, Valerie likes dick. We know that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about him. Let's talk about Valerie and Noah first.
Okay. So Valerie is being courted / stalked.
Right.
By the millionaire that she was working for last episode.
I believe he's a billionaire.
Billionaire? Like,
he's got a lot of money.
I don't really understand how this is even like a choice. I mean, the rich guy is nice to her.
And handsome.
Very nice looking. Nicer looking than Noah.
Seems to like him.
She likes money a lot.
Yeah. He owns a yacht.
And he wanted to take her to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Twice. Once for breakfast, and then again later, when that didn't work out, he took her for lunch or dinner or something.
He wanted his own San Francisco treat.
Like, I just don't get how she's in any way conflicted here.
Well, she says to... Now, here's the thing. They are... I don't know why they do this. It's like writer's shorthand. But they have made this relationship much bigger than the screen time would allow for it.
It's upsetting to watch. It's annoying. It's disgusting. I don't like it at all. Because
she says to Donna, how do you know what's right with you and David? And she's like, I don't know. You just know. Like, she's very vague about it. And she's like, you and Noah? And she's like, oh, he's poor. And I want money, but I can't help it. I want him so bad. And it's like, no, you've known this guy 3 days.
Right.
Like, the Valerie we know as presented in the show would absolutely jump at this millionaire. As you said, it's not like they gave him no faults.
Yeah, far.
It's one of those things where, like, when you build a Dungeons and Dragons character, he has, like, he rolled natural 20s or whatever.
Right.
Over everything. Is that your people understand that? Does that make sense?
Your people understand? Yes, my people understand.
Is that a good reference? Is what I'm saying. Is it making sense?
I mean, kind of. Yeah. Like I think just a natural 20 for charisma would probably have covered it. But yeah,
but looks too, and money.
And
magic.
That's what charisma covers.
Didn't you see him use the helm of disintegration?
What?
I don't know. But this guy, like, she would jump at him.
Oh, yeah.
But all of a sudden, she's like, oh, no, I love Noah. He talked to me once about his fucking girlfriend who he killed.
Yeah.
And that got me wet.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Like, they have little to no chemistry, too, like, on camera.
Yeah, well, he's not a good actor.
She's too pretty to be with him.
Agreed.
And... like, I don't know. I mean, like, he's not been nice to her.
No. Luke Perry, this guy is not.
No. So he says he's going away for God knows how long. He's very vague on that. Could be a couple weeks, couple months, couple years.
He's sailing back to Hawaii.
It almost...
I'm sailing away.
It almost seems like he's not. Like, it's all just to, like, get her to be like, don't leave. Because...
Like he's lying,
he gets mad at her because she doesn't tell him not to go.
Yeah. And he's like, at one point, he's like, oh, because you're too afraid. And she's like, afraid of what? He's like, what I would say if you asked me to stay. They've known each other a week.
Right?
She's supposed to be like, they've had sex twice. That's it.
Twice.
Like, they haven't gone out on one date.
No, exactly. No, they have hung out and they fucked in some random stranger's pool.
Yep.
And once on his little houseboat thingy.
Yeah. And
that's it.
And, like, she's supposed to know to say, I don't want you to go. Like, if I had this relationship with a girl and this girl was, you know, in this, like, I'm going to leave or whatever, I wouldn't feel like, oh, I should say don't go.
Right.
I would think, oh, even if I don't want her to go, that's incredibly selfish. Because we don't have a well-established relationship. You know, like, how the fuck is she supposed to know that's what he wants? He's playing a fucking game with her.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. And like you said when we were watching it, like, he doesn't know her issues, her abandonment issues and everything.
Absolutely.
So it's even, like, more unfair what he's doing, knowing what we know about her.
It's almost like they don't know each other very well.
Right?
Oh, my God.
But, like, truly, just go for the billionaire. Let Noah leave.
Yeah.
And go for the rich guy who's nice looking and nice to you. I don't see a problem.
I don't either.
But for some stupid reason, Noah wants her to ask him to stay, and she does.
And I guess he's going to stay.
Because they hug.
And are they going to form a relationship or what?
Like, yeah, what is happening? And when is he going to tell her he's not poor? Like, she's having all this internal conflict because she doesn't want to be with a poor dude because apparently she grew up poor or whatever. I don't know.
He mentions that, too. Like, oh, because I don't have money or whatever. And it's like, dude, I mean, it's one thing to not say you have money. It's another thing to lie and say you don't have money.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I get if you have a ton of money and you're dating and you're young or whatever, not wanting women to know because you want to find a woman that likes you for you and not your money. But to be like, oh, and I'm poor, you know, like
yeah,
that's a little bullshitty.
Yeah.
Especially when you're putting all of this on her.
He is playing so many games. It's not right.
I want Valerie, villain that she is in the show, apparently. It's so hard to hate Tiffany Amber Thiessen, but I want her to find someone. Because of all the things we know about and all the issues that she went through,
yeah,
I want her to, like, I mean, he can be, like, equally evil and, like, her evil partner in crime or whatever if they want, but I want her to find someone that, like, actually sticks with her.
Agreed. Our cat, I swear to God, yesterday he, like, picked the door open while we were trying to record, and now today he's about to walk on the soundboard.
So the only other thing that Valerie does in this episode, really, besides look pretty in the background, is rear her ugly head, like her...
You just said she's pretty, and now you said she's ugly.
Well, no. The ugly part of her, not the physical part of her. Because what she does is just fucking scummy as shit.
I don't remember. You got to remind me what the fuck she did.
She's... What's her name? Fucking Tori Spelling. Mm-hmm. Donna needs her to cover for some client or whatever. And she goes there, and... the client's complaining because, like, oh, for what I'm paying Donna, she should be here. And she's like, yeah, you know, she's whatever. She's involved in a sweatshop, which is true because that's a storyline that we'll get to. But, like, she makes it sound like she's using sweatshop labor. And even the woman's like, oh, my God, I would never be involved with that. And she's like, don't worry. I picked these clothes out. Even though she didn't, Donna did.
Right.
She lied.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, don't let her take credit for you. You know, like, I might as well hire you.
Let me say, though, she's not even lying because, yeah, technically she is. You say as though she's like, oh, whatever. Like, she's doing business with the company. She's providing them designs that they are now making in that sweatshop right now.
But is she really, has she provided them any designs?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
She was dropping off designs when she was there the second time.
I thought she was just doing that as like a front or whatever. She's profiting off of it. Oh, I don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know they paid her yet, but yeah. She gave them the fucking designs that they're supposed to make. So.
But yeah, so it's still scummy what she's doing though.
Very. She's a bitch. We know this.
I don't believe it.
Nothing she does surprises me.
Oh, it's crazy to me. But anyway, so that's the only other thing she does in the episode.
So the rest of the episode is almost entirely about the sweatshop.
Yeah, there's a lot about the sweatshop. There's some about Kelly, and there's some about David.
Okay, David, I know.
And Steve, a little bit.
But Steve's shit is a result of the sweatshop. Everything that Steve's dealing with is the sweatshop.
Yeah, but Steve and Carly's little side.
And it's all fucked up again because of the sweatshop.
I understand that the sweatshop is the fucking Death Star at the center of this episode. Okay. I get it. You don't have to convince me.
Because,
Pay attention to the sweatshop.
Because, okay, so, Donna goes and delivers her designs to the guy.
Sure.
And
Donna delivers designs.
She tries to hunt down the lady she spoke to last episode on her way out.
Olivia.
Which, what the fuck? It's not like this lady was super forthcoming. It's not like she's the only one who she can talk to.
You can't talk to anybody else?
Yeah. So, why is she hunting her down and causing her problems? Because obviously that's going to cause her problems. These rich white ladies are just...
I'm telling you.
They're a problem.
She has rich white lady disease where she's got to fix the problems of all the brown people.
So she goes there and asks for her, and she writes down Brandon Walsh's name and the address of the paper and leaves it for her.
Yeah.
Why not just give her your phone number?
I don't know. That's also weird, yeah.
That would make a lot more sense.
Completely contrived so that the rest of the episode can happen.
Yeah. So while she's, looking for her, the guy who she gave the designs to comes back and finds her talking to the sweatshop workers.
Yeah. And he's like, what, do you fucking get lost?
And it just ends there. She's like, oh, yeah, I did. But, it's obvious that she's caught.
I mean, I guess. It's obvious that he knows she saw, but she might not care.
Yeah.
He doesn't know if she cares or not.
But later, Olivia shows up at the paper to talk to Brandon.
Yeah, while Donna is waiting outside the sweatshop.
Yeah.
She says to Brandon, I'm going to wait here all day to see if she shows up.
Which is stupid. Go about your fucking business, you freak.
Plus, everyone had just left for the day.
No, did they leave for the day? I thought they were coming. Either way.
No,
yeah.
I think they were leaving for the day.
So yeah, that was stupid.
She talks to them as they walk out, and she's like, I'm going to wait here to see. Maybe she's hiding in the back.
But Olivia says she got fired for talking to Miss Donna.
She says that to Steve.
Right. But why would that happen if the guy didn't realize what's going on?
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, she says that... so she comes to the newspaper. First of all, we got to back up.
Do we?
Yes. Do the noise.
You do the noise.
No. I'm the one saying back up. Is that a contemplative semi-truck? The fuck? I'm backing up.
I guess so.
It's a really nonchalant garbage truck. Watch out. Anyway. They follow the paper trail, and it leads to Sandtrap Properties.
Yes.
Owners of the building. And guess who that is? Fucking golf extraordinaire and asshole Rush Sanders. Mm-hmm. Steve's own father, who gave him the paper, which he is now using to expose this story. Rush is like, I own a lot of business. I own a lot of buildings. I don't know what the fuck goes on in any of them. I mean, there might be people getting raped in some of them. I don't know. And he's like, there's no quality control here. It's the Wild West, Steve. And he's like, well, guess what though? Your company owns the company that the whatever fucking fashion company.
Yeah.
And he's like, maybe on paper. And he's like...
Which is so stupid. How else do you own something?
Right, exactly. And he's like, well, guess what, Rush? There's people are not getting paid overtime. They're getting pennies on the dollar. People are getting hurt. And he's like, Steve, you want me to sit here? I'm on a fucking real estate empire. You want me to worry about 44 fucking El Salvadorians? And all of a sudden he's like, what the fuck? How'd you know it was 44?
Yeah.
And then Rush is like, and he starts twirling his mustache. You caught me, Steve.
Yeah, it's awful. Like, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I thought he didn't really know what was going on. It was going to cause some big confusion. Steve be mad at him for no reason. Because, I mean, like, yeah, he's a bit of an ass, but I didn't think he was that big of an ass.
Yeah, but he's knowingly allowing slave labor to go on.
It's awful.
In his business. He is literally profiting off of slave labor, and he's a millionaire. Like, Steve's money has blood all over its hands.
So Steve goes through some, internal conflict here.
Well, no, Steve is conflicted at the beginning.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I'm sure my dad didn't know anything about this. You better fucking back off, Walsh. Mm-hmm. You didn't get hired by the fucking LA Times, and now you want to turn this into your own private, fucking J. Edgar Hoover thing, and he's all pissed off and everything. And then he talks to Rush, and he's like, you know what? Fuck you, Rush.
But somehow he convinces him to, fix it. Yeah. That's what he tells Brandon. He's like, you can write the story. You can even say he's involved, but just make sure that you say he's going to fix it, because that's what he told me.
He's like, you got him to agree to that? And it's like, yeah. And it's never going to be brought up again, because he's probably just going to lie and not do it.
Probably. Well, and like I've said all along, though, this is going to have the happy Hollywood ending because it's Beverly Hills 90210, and they're going to have succeeded and make their lives better. They're going to get good pay and everything else. But the reality is, if a sweatshop were brought down there, then there'd just be a whole bunch of people with no work.
Yeah, and probably deported back to El Salvador.
Right.
Where they're hunted by drug gangs.
So, not great. That's why they're willing to do it, because the alternative is worse. And that sucks. And there should be better laws to allow them to have refugee status. Absolutely. But they're not going to fix it by getting the sweatshop in trouble.
No, I know. And yeah, there's bigger things. And here's the other thing, too. So true capitalists, they don't want immigration reform. They want cheap labor coming in here because it helps them out. Sorry to talk about politics, everybody, but
right.
That's the fucking truth. Sorry if that hurts your sensibilities.
I'm really surprised that this didn't damage Steve and Rush's relationship more, though.
Who knows? Maybe it will.
Their relationship was already really shitty, and then you find out, he's a real villain. So
I wish I had a really shitty relationship with my dad, and he could give me a fucking paper to run. $60,000 in petty cash.
Right.
Or accounts receivable or whatever. Anyway, so that is kind of the end of the big storyline, the big sweatshop storyline. They're going to write the story. We'll see what happens.
But in order to have that happen, Steve spends the entire day working on it, but he had made plans to take
Carly
and
Simon.
That's not his name.
His name should be Simon, because Carly Simon, but his name should be Carly Simon.
What?
And then we could be like, you're so vain, Steve. You probably think this episode's about you, but none of them ever are. Anyway, go ahead.
Carly and her son, whatever his name is.
Oliver.
He was he taking both of them or just the kid?
I think he was he was for sure taking the kid.
Yeah, I think he was just taking the kid.
I think he was taking the kid.
He was supposed to take him to Magic Mountain or something like that? Yeah.
He's taking him to the fucking, the happiest place on earth. They can't say Disneyland, probably, because it's, it's copywritten or whatever.
But he blows him off. He forgets all about it. So the kid is, very upset.
Blows him off is a bit strong. He forgets it. He doesn't show up. He absconds on him.
What else do you call it when somebody doesn't show up for plans because they forgot about you, even if something more important came up?
He should have called.
Yeah.
But
he didn't, because he didn't remember until later at night.
Yeah, he didn't remember until, I think Donna was like, oh, I'm sure Carly and Simon... I'm just calling him Simon.
Oh,
I'm sure Carly and Simon understand. And he's like...
So he shows up at Carly's house and is like, I'm so sorry. I know, he's got to be really upset. And
doesn't explain the reasoning at all.
no, which is fucked up. Like, just tell her. And he said, can I at least apologize so that he can see what you're supposed to do when you mess up?
Yep.
Which I thought was really good. And then, he apologizes to the kid and says that somebody let him down today.
Yeah, and that's why he wasn't there. And he goes, are you going to forgive him? And he says, I'm going to try.
And then the kid runs over and hugs him.
Yeah, it's sweet.
And Carly watches it, and you can see she's getting all wet.
Usually I'm the vulgar one.
I'm sorry, but she is. She's, the women watching men with children, it's just a thing.
Yeah.
And so now she's like falling in love with Steve, even though he hurt her kid. Honestly, she should have been more angry.
He should just take him to Magic Mountain the next day.
Yeah, exactly. This could have been rescheduled. Another thing that's weird is, like, they're talking about how the kid has school, and I'm wondering why they can't just do it on the weekend.
That's when he works in the textile industry. He's also a part of the sweatshop.
So, yeah. But you're right. He should just take him the next day, and he should have explained, like, hey, this big thing happened.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I was saving the lives of 44 El Salvadorans.
Right.
El Salvador, that means just the savior, right?
Is that? Oh, yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So their country is literally the savior.
But it's not.
Well,
Unfortunately.
but I mean, it's named after Christ. I think like Honduras is also like, I don't remember. I feel like that's religious in some way too.
Maybe.
Because the Spaniards, landed there and brought the message of Christ and smallpox and eradicated the entire indigenous population in order to steal their gold. Yep. Just like a good Christian would.
God, history's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the only other storyline we have... Oh, wait, you said there's something with Kelly, too. I was thinking about David, but...
Yeah, there's something with Kelly, yes.
So I'm going to talk about David, and you can talk about Kelly.
All right, you talk about David and his racist band.
Yeah, this is so weird. Like, I didn't expect this to turn into a thing. I thought that it was just hey, they're not nice dudes.
Right.
Because Donna last week had heard them saying something about being Jude on the phone.
Yeah. It's like if you said, he's going to gyp me.
Yeah.
That's a racial slur as well. A lot of people don't realize that, but it's against gypsies or the Romani.
Yeah, and, a lot of, privileged white people, misuse those things without even realizing.
Oh, yeah.
So I kind of thought it's like, okay, they're assholes. Whatever. But no, it's becoming a big storyline that they're these racist, bigoted assholes.
Yeah.
So...
Because he says there's a black guy that's in charge of their studio session. He's like, I don't know if he owns the studio or if he's the manager of the studio or whatever, but he's in charge of their time. And so they set up a time to come back tomorrow because David can't pay.
Which they don't know. He's acting like they're just booked.
Right. And guy's like, well, make sure he's here at 3 o'clock and we're not on Africa time because we're fucking whatever. I mean... They wanted to say black people time or whatever. But they didn't because, it's... But that's their implication.
Right.
Because it's a thing,
I didn't know that until recently.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing. Well, actually, so there's a word that starts with a C. That's CPT. That's been used historically.
Central Pacific Time?
No. Some people. A term for African Americans that starts with a C and ends with an ullard. I'm not going to say it.
Oh, okay. No,
Jesus
now
Christ, you're trying to fucking get me killed here.
I didn't know what you were talking about. I'm sorry. The reason for the whole issue, though, yes, the band are assholes. The band are racist and bigoted and awful.
Absolutely.
But the issue David's having is money. He can't pay for the studio time, and the guy wants him to pay up front. Everybody keeps asking him to pay up front for things, and he can't.
He's losing money at the club, I guess, or whatever. He's fucking almost out of money,
And like he just got like $250,000 or something, or $2.5 million. I don't remember, a lot
Whatever.
of money.
He got money from his grandpa dying.
But it's all gone. So he gets a application in the mail for instant credit.
Yeah. So Donna goes, look at these easy credit rip-offs, good times.
So I don't understand why it's supposed to be like an easy rip-off thing. I've never heard of instant credit. I don't think that exists. I don't think that there's a number you can call and get a credit card that same day. But somehow in this show that happens.
Yeah, I don't get it either. It's what, like, when they send you those offers, it's always like a fake card with a fake name. It's like John Smith, card number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or whatever. And you have to wait like a couple weeks for the card to come in the mail.
Yeah.
After you get, like, you send it in or whatever, and then you get approved, and they send you a card in the mail.
You pick the pretty picture that goes on the card.
Exactly. You fill out all your you fill out your name and everything. You
Yeah.
put your social security number in there, and then they send you a card if you get approved. And if you don't get approved, you get a letter that says
Fuck you.
Exactly. But yeah, I don't get this. They're ripoffs because the interest rate is probably astronomical.
But I mean, you're agreeing to it. So it's like, it's not like,
It's still usury.
I guess. But he calls this number and says, hey, what do I have to do to get this activated today? And then later has a credit card.
And the guy's like, I don't know, fucking invent a time machine?
Right? Like, did they messenger it over to him? Like, what the fuck?
The Pony Express brought it to him.
Now,
Yeah, we're the last ones left.
maybe because it's Beverly Hills, there's some big bank office that's right there that he could go to.
Maybe.
But
I don't know. We can't get it in our town, I'll tell you that much.
no, for sure.
The one time I got sent a credit card with my name on it all ready to fucking approve and stuff was my freshman year in college. I was walking down the quad, or we're older or younger, I don't know, or a different age. And this, I think it was a girl, was like, hey, you want a beach ball or whatever? You know how they go on the college campuses and they give away shit. I got a beach ball. I got a frisbee. Look at this frisbee. You want a free frisbee? Sure, I'll take a free frisbee. Okay, all you have to do is fill this out right here. Just put your name, your social security, all this stuff. And
For a
everything.
frisbee?
Yeah, and they didn't even tell me what it was. I was a dumb kid. They didn't even tell me what it was for, right?
You gave them all your personal information for a frisbee and you didn't even know what you were getting?
Correct.
Wow.
So I filled it all out, and they were like, cool, here's your frisbee. And
your credit card.
no. Then 2 weeks later in the mail, I get this fucking metallic green card or whatever. I think it was Washington Mutual. I don't even remember. But I looked at it and I was like, huh, what is a Visa card with my name on it? And I looked at it and was like, oh, a $2,500 credit.
Wow, that's pretty damn good. My first credit card had like a $200 credit limit.
Good credit. And
You had no credit.
whatever. I mean, I came from money. I don't know.
Okay.
So anyway, so I was like, oh, cool. So I activated it and used it all the time. And I was like, oh, wow, it's like free money. I can just go to the gas station, get gas, and and I did not in any way think of any consequences about paying bills or anything like that. And then when the bill came due, it was maxed out.
Oh, wow.
In like a month or 2
wow.
months. And I was like, oh no. And like I told my parents what happened and they were like, oh, that sucks. And then my dad is like, okay, I'm going to pay this for you. And this is a lesson. Don't ever fucking do this again.
That's not a good lesson.
No, he paid it off. He just paid it.
How did you learn anything?
Yeah, I learned not to get credit cards. Bless you. I didn't get, oh my God, seriously?
Sorry.
In the middle of a tragic story here.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Tragic. Your daddy saved you.
But no, my dad that was paying for my college, paid for my credit card too. No, he's like,
son, I must have meant to give you more allowance.
he goes, you're gonna cut this up and everything, so we cut it up and stuff, and they were like, yeah, don't, and I didn't get a credit card again. I mean, not ever, but like, like it was a while.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I had many, many credit cards.
That's what the 80s was like, though, or whatever.
The 80s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or a different age.
Anyway.
Yep, so he gets a credit card. He uses it to pay for time. And guess who's on fucking African time, by the way? The white band.
Yeah.
Who show up like 2 hours late.
And he paid
It's like,
for that.
Fuck you. Like, the audacity to say that and then show up late. Go fuck yourself. I mean, the racism is one thing. But the hypocrisy? Come on.
Yeah, they are assholes. And, like, I don't understand his relationship with this band. First, they were playing it at his club.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, he's helping them make a demo.
I believe he's managing them.
But, like, when did that happen? This show has too much stuff that we're just supposed to accept without seeing.
Exactly.
I don't like it.
Well, you know the golden axiom of writing: don't show, don't tell. That's what they follow.
Right.
So
So
all of a sudden it is.
So what's up with Kelly?
What isn't up with Kelly? Kelly's come home.
To Brandon's.
She's sleeping next to Brandon.
Okay.
Brandon's dreaming about the fucking shooting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Now I remember.
And Kelly's like, well, I got that lineup. And he's like, all right. And she goes to the lineup. She looks. The guy that he fingered.
Oh, my Lord. What wording?
You know what I mean.
Get a little hot in here.
I mean, he sexually violated him. No, I mean, the guy he pointed out is there. This is confusing to me. Mm-hmm. He said it was this guy, unequivocally. And they were like, okay, cool. Like, he didn't even need anything else. He looked at the guy and he was like, that's him. I'll never fucking forget his face. And the cop's like, cool. And then the cop is like, we need Kelly to come down because this guy has an alibi. So it's like, I kind of thought, like, it seemed like they were saying, hey, he's got an alibi. It can't be him. So you were wrong.
Right.
And he was like, no way, or whatever. So, but I guess not. I guess if she also said it was him, then they'd be like, okay, that's evidence enough. Fuck his alibi. We're still arresting him. But she comes down, she looks, and she's like, yeah, he's not there. And at first, I think both of us were thinking, like, is she scared?
Yeah.
Because she really, like, stares down number one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. But, I mean, it seems like she really does think he's not there.
The way it was framed was weird. But, yeah, then they leave, and he's like, why? What did you do? Like, why didn't you say it was him? And he was like, because he wasn't there. And he's like, it was him. I know it was him. And she's like, no, it wasn't. And then they get into this big fight where he's like, oh, you think I'm just so desperate to someone to pay for this crime that I would name anyone? And she just kind of like, maybe. She goes, as she slowly backs out of the room.
Okay, so she's the dump truck now? Okay.
Does she have a dump truck? No, she has a flat butt.
Okay. Yeah, the whole exchange is very strange. Like, I don't know what they're doing, and it's kind of irritating because it, like, doesn't matter.
Well, the episode ends with her being like, this guy's never going to get caught, is he? And Brandon's like, guess not. And he's got the look of murder on his face. So he's going to kill this guy.
Even though she doesn't think that it's the same person
and
that
it's
he
probably
thinks.
not the same person.
Exactly.
He's probably wrong, and he's going to, like, attempt to murder this guy. And this guy's going to be like, I'm a school teacher!
I'm sure he's not, though. Like, because the police seem to think that it was that guy at first until they had an alibi. So
we'll see. We'll see what happens, but I think he's going to attempt to kill someone.
I don't know. Do you really think Brandon's going to... I mean, like...
Yes. 100% that's what they're setting up.
Dylan had got a gun at one point to go kill
Dylan
somebody.
Got a gun.
And Brandon talked him out of it, right? That's how that went down? And now we're supposed to believe Brandon's going to be the dude with the gun now?
Yeah, and Dylan's going to come back. Be like, don't do it, Brandon. I'm the only one with a believable California accent, man.
I wish Dylan and or Brenda would come back. Like, I think they made the show better.
Yeah, I agree.
Donna's already there.
Donna also has a believable California accent.
Oh, okay. Yeah, California people sound weird. No offense, California people.
You know, that's our biggest audience, by the way.
No, really, no offense.
Yeah. We're sorry, California people. But get out of here. No, don't. No, continue to listen and
Please.
tell all your friends in the greatest state in the nation, California.
I'd live in California if I could.
Yeah, but you've been banned because of what you said about Orange County. But that is the episode for the week. Carol, tell people everything about California.
Okay, about California. So there's beaches, and there's palm trees.
Beaches and palm trees. It's the Bear Flag Republic.
The what now?
The Bear Flag Republic.
What the hell is that?
It was a republic before it became part of the United States. And it's on the California's flag is a bear.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Okay.
You're so full of interesting trivia.
Thanks.
So, peoples, you can write us at latefee1994@AOL.com.
Yes.
Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com.
Do that.
And share the tapes with your friends.
All right, we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.